Hi, so our first question from homework is number 10, so I'm going to do that one first. It says, given the function h of x equals x minus 2 squared minus 9, and the y-intercept is located at 0, m, the x-intercepts are located at n0 and p0, where p is greater than n, and the function h of x has a vertex at qr. Which of the following lists the values m, n, p, q, r in order from least to greatest? So we need to figure out what the values are for m, n, p, q, and r before we can order them from least to greatest. So the first thing I'm going to look for is my y-intercept. My y-intercept is located when x equals 0 because it's crossing the it crosses the y-axis. So 0 minus 2 is negative 2 squared minus 9. Negative 2 squared is 4. 4 minus 9 is negative 5. So my y-intercept is at 0, negative 5. Here they call it 0m. So my m is actually just negative 5. Okay, so now we have a value for m. We're going to do the same thing for x-intercepts. My x-intercepts are when y equals 0. So 0, x minus 2 squared minus 9. There's a few ways you can do it. You can expand it out and then do the quadratic formula, or you can just take the square root method, which you guys learned about. I can move the 9 to the other side by adding 9. And now I can get rid of that square by square rooting both sides. So they cancel here, leaving it as x minus 2 equals, the square root of 9 is 3, but the square root of 9 is also negative 3. Because we know our parabola can cross the x-axis twice. And negative 3 squared is 9, and 3 squared is also 9. I'm going to add 2 to this side. X equals 5. Add 2 to this side. X equals negative 1. Now in the problem it says the x-intercepts are at n0 and p0, where p is greater than n. We can determine which x-intercept is p and which one is n because p is greater than n. My 5 here is greater than negative 1, so p equals 5, n equals negative 1. The very last part they want is the vertex. It's already in vertex form. So what you want to do is just look at the equation. I'm going to rewrite it in vertex form. And then it's called h of x, which is just another way to say f of x. X minus 2 squared minus 9. H equals 2. K equals negative 9. It's a vertex, so you write it as a coordinate point, x, y. In the problem, they call it QR. So my Q is 2, and my R is negative 9. The question says, which of the following lists of values from least to greatest? So the smallest number there is negative 9. So R negative 9. Then it is M equals negative 5. Then it's N equals negative 1. Then 2, so Q equals 2. And then P equals 5. So now I look at my answers and see which one is in the order R, M, N, Q, P. So B is my answer because R is the smallest number, all the way to P equals 5 is my greatest number. Okay? If you have any questions in class, I'll go over that one again tomorrow based off of the